Sorry, we back at it like a crack addict. They done let them bruise in the dough in this wicked industry to shine the light. They done let them bruise in the dough. Oh shit. They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. We ain't going nowhere. Hebrews. They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. Look. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Deacon Sakari, new clothing line, The Whole Armor. Put it on. New clothing line out right now. We got apparel for the sisters, apparel for the kids, and of course, apparel for the mighty men of Israel. We got quality material, affordable prices, y'all. Check it out. We got stuff for the Southern Kingdom. We got stuff for the Northern Kingdom. We got exclusivity. All right, y'all see it. Y'all see the brew drip. Y'all see the brew sauce. All right, Deacon Sakari new clothing line called thewholearmor.com. All right, everybody go support Israelite businesses, and I greatly appreciate y'all. Shalom. Cops hop out, we bail on them. Leviticus, I like my fish with scales on them. Ask Chief Ephraim, he can vouch. We be putting in the work while you sitting on the couch. Camp haters quiet as a mouse. Y'all ready? Shout out to my brother Austin Trout. Just as a reminder, if there's doubt, I wear every single fringe, even when I'm in the house. Get all your truth music at deaconsakari.com. That's 9 albums. We even got a couple free for y'all. Support the cause, y'all.
I see a lot of haters. I do it, what come with it. Rap game full of evil and sin, and I don't want none of it. They bite my style. They just want to take it and run with it.
Sakari Varsity Online Academy, specializing in Hebrew apologetics. Come learn how to defend the gospel. Email sakariseattle@gmail.com. Limited registration.
Sakari.
We are the children of the one Yahweh.
The chosen.
Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And he has given his laws to us. Now everything belongs to us. We above all nations, all nations.
What?
Above all nations, all nations.
Yeah.
We are the chosen of the one Yahweh. Above all nations.
We finally back on. Children's Bibles with black and brown images. I know a lot of y'all been waiting. A lot of people on back order. We still got some though. Put your order in before it's too late. I'm gonna start having them regularly, Lord willing.
Tire Pro Go, a mobile sale, install, and repair company. Servicing the New York, New Jersey area. Support Israelite business.
All right, y'all. Go to czyn.network. czyn.network. We done with Patreon. No more Patreon. czyn.network. You're going to get videos too hot for YouTube or early releases. So go sign up. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Not only do you get Deacon Sakari's content, you get Guerrilla Hebrew content, Hassad content, other camps putting their content on this platform. We need our own app, so sign up using promo code Deacon Sakari. czyn.network. It's our own app, our own platform. The white man can no longer subvert or hide or try to censor this truth. So sign up and get this heat. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Promo code Deacon Sakari. CZYN.
Praises. Get your commercial played here. Contact sakariseattle@gmail.com. Introducing Super Thanks. YouTube has now added a feature where you can donate if you missed the live show by just clicking the heart button with the thanks on it. It'll be on every video. It'll highlight your comment to bring more attention to your statement. So if it's on your heart, super thanks. Shalom.
Popping mollies and putting powder in your nostrils. We be in the trenches, needles under benches. We be giving them the gospel. I keep 12 Sakari members with me. We be moving like apostles. True. Some sisters is dead traps, hair wraps, but you still a doctor. The church don't even know the truth. They can even tell you an Israelite. And the Arabs selling you all the switches and the malt liquor are the Ishmaelites. You can show a nigga slave ships in the Bible, still won't get it right. Until the time's out, then a nigga gotta find out what them missiles like.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Let me get the rest of this setup going. All right. All right, y'all. All right. Mic check. How's the audio and visual? Y'all give me some feedback. Mic check. First and foremost, let's start this off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, Creator and Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and we do so by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. This is Deacon Sakari, and we're back with another lesson. Hebrew Israelite crashes Christian panel, destroying everyone and everything. That's usually how it happens. You guys see, so since we got Hassad today, I had to get my Sakari, North Carolina. I had to put my Sakari, North Carolina on. All praises to the Most High. Hit that like button, y'all. Put them bombs in the chat. We're about to get this thing started. Put them bombs in the chat. Hit that like button. How many likes we got? We need to get this thing started the right way for Friday. It's Freaky Friday. I'm going to tell you why. Because it's scary. It's scary when they see the Israelites in the back chat and they got to bring them on the panel or face the fact that you ran. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Let me check the likes out real quick. We got 200 people in here. We need 200 likes before we get started. We need 200 likes before we get started. All right, it ain't going to charge your crypto wallet or your Wells Fargo. Hit that like button. We give all praises to the Most High for the truth. We give all praises to the Most High for equipping us with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to go on these panels, because we can't get them over here. And if we do have a Christian in here today, maybe you could help your brothers in Christ out who got slaughtered, who were led like sheep to the slaughter. Right? Let me hear my audio. Ooh, crispy mic. Well, wait till I get my soundboard and my desktop. Hey, shout out to the chat. I see Malik. I see SOT. My brother Allen. J-Dub's in the building. SOI Resurrected. Powerful Israelite Camp. What's going on with my brothers and sisters in the chat? I see Micah, Lenzo, Myron dropping bombs in the chat. SOS, student of the Savior, right? Brother Sly, Nzinga. What's going on to my brother out there in the Congo, tribe of Ephraim? Sure, Deacon, when you gonna sing to us on the mic, man, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm not a good singer. I wish I could sing. Heart's been broke so many times. Broken Jim in the building, Rocco Merriweather. We got him in the Sakari Varsity Online Academy, specializing in Hebrew apologetics. Sakari Frisco and this thing, all praises. Let's get 200 likes real quick so we can get this going, so I can show you guys this footage. Sakari, North Carolina. I had to put the shirt on to represent.
because I'm fresher than a peppermint. I gotta represent because I'm fresher than a peppermint. Gazah in the building. Gazah. Do I sound like I'm a little bit? Gazah. That's how my brother sound on the mic. Sister Dina in the building. El Gallo, King Blaze. Shout out from Houston. Shout out from Houston. All y'all in the chat, beautiful brothers and sisters. Greatly appreciate y'all for tapping in. We're getting ready to get this started. We're gonna Hassad was gonna come on here, and he probably might come on here later. But at the end of the day, we're gonna get this started. Let me check the likes out. Y'all gonna support today and stop dining and dashing. Y'all gonna support today and stop dining and dashing. Okay, we need like 10 more likes. All right, y'all. So let me start queuing this up. Again, thank the Most High for being able to be here with y'all, you know, in all seriousness. Thank the Most High for the truth. Thank the Most High for health. That's our wealth. Thank the Most High for waking us up to our true identity and nationality, that we are the Israelites according to history, archaeology, and prophecy. So yeah, I'm gonna cue this up right quick. You know you got to be from somewhere when you say right quick. It should be real quick, but you know how Ebonics works. Okay, let me see if I can do this and it'll be clear. Let's see if I can get this and it'll be clear. All right.
Howdy, y'all. Today.
Howdy, y'all. Cracker. Let me see. Let me try to go. Howdy, y'all. Yuck. Goofy crackers. Now, let me go to where I'm gonna have to go. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do it like this. Okay, there we go. We can do it like this now. That's right, Brother Alan Cupid. Support the ministry via Cash App, via PayPal, or just by liking and sharing the video. Or by getting your pen and pad and learning these precepts, learning how to go on these panels and destroy these guys. Okay, so before Hassad comes on, okay, there we go, right there. The invasion.
That aspect. So,
okay, so let me know what the quality's like here. But I also want to preface you guys with something here. I want to preface you guys. Hassad, if you're watching, I'm looking at the chat best I can. You can come on or not, it don't matter. But this happened Wednesday, I think. I think this happened Wednesday. Yeah, this did happen Wednesday. So this individual, Mr. Westford, he did a video on Tuesday. He did a live stream about the Israelites. I don't know how this popped up on my feed at all, but he did a live stream about the Israelites and he said, "Will the Israelites accept me?" Right? And I didn't know if he was saying that he had like a black forefather or something like that. But I think he's just the devil, to be honest with y'all. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. So I don't know why he titled the video like that. Yeah. So the next day he did a live show, and I don't think this live stream it may not have had anything to do with theology. Either way, I seen them live. I told Hassad, I said, Hassad, go in there and wreck these guys, right? And Hassad went in there and wrecked them, right? Pause. Pause. That was a nasty pause. So let's take a listen. Let's take a listen to this. And we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna dissect it. How's the visual? Give me one more, not my visual, but the visual of the video, the content we're about to play. Okay, we got Hassad in here. Let's get Hassad on here so we can talk about it. The visual's good because on my end it says it's lacking. Well, all praise to the Most High. Let's check it out.
We got a couple cool comments here.
Fair use. This is going to be our thoughts and comments on this content. Thank you, Mr. Westford.
Slow Boy Whiteboard says there is such a thing as good propaganda. People are wayward and need to be led to certain conclusions. If our enemies use it, we have to use it to convince people to be moral and upright. Would you say that?
Hey, Shalom Hassad. What's going on, man? Sakari, North Carolina in the building.
Shalom.
What's happening there?
I like that hoodie, brother. What's going on?
Oh, man, all praise to the Most High. You already know, just trying to show our people how to, invade a Christian panel and do destruction. Because I do destruction. Anything you want to say?
All praise to the Most High. Thank you to Deacon for allowing me back on the platform. I don't really got too much to say. I'm a little rusty, y'all. So y'all gonna see some of the rust start to come off, Lord willing.
And you know what I like to say, man? We beat these Christians with our D game. We beat these Christians even when we're displaying D- ability. You understand? Because organized truth always beats a disorganized lie. You understand that? And that's all Christianity is disorganized lies. And their doctrine contradicts itself, right? Because you ask a Christian, hey, did God have a chosen people? They'll say yes. Then they'll say, is it race? Then we'll say, is it racist to have a chosen people to favor another ethnicity? They'll say yes. Contradiction on Christianity. Then we said, no, I did say D game. Pause. I said D- game. Right. Then you'll ask a Christian, so the laws are done away. They'll say yes. Then we'll say one of the laws are homosexuality, right? And then they'll say, well, not that one. So Christianity is just full of contradictions and lies. So let's play this. I think this is about the time where Hassad comes on. Hassad, how does the mic sound?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds real good.
Good. All praises. I might put the headphones on, even though they're not connected. I just want to feel podcasty. Right. I'm just gonna put some disconnected headphones on. They're not connected, Just want to feel like, Nah, I'm joking. But let's play.
That we should be hiding symbols and stuff in our art to try to.
Did you come on right around here?
I don't even remember, to be
not at all. Actually, we should be just simply exposing the propaganda and demonstrating that we do not do that.
Why?
Right, I agree that we should. If there's a difference between.
So if someone shoots you with an AK-47,
if you start making propaganda, your enemy is just going to say, "Look, they make propaganda."
Right.
Listen, right.
And therefore discredit your truth, and now you're working against the truth.
Okay, let me see if I could just fast forward a little. Okay, here we go. All right. So it was at this point their lives started to. It was at this point their lives changed.
Out in the world that's trying to influence the way you think, and all that, and it's not being upfront with it. So I don't. If we're using different definitions of propaganda, if we're talking about storytelling versus your hidden occultic thing, we're going to be disagreeing and arguing past each other if we're not using the same definitions. Hey, Hassad, is that how I pronounce your name?
Yes, sir. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you, man?
Hassad.
Yeah.
What'd you want to say?
I'm not Arabic. I'm not a Muslim or anything because I know Assad's an Arabic word. I think that's why Nadeem might have said something there. But I recently saw a video.
You your name, bro.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I just had a question, bro. What's your name? Mr. Westford? Like, use your
Yeah.
first name I can call you?
Wesley is my name.
Wesley? Okay, cool. So I saw a video you did not too long ago about the Black Hebrew Israelites. And so
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah.
That was yesterday. Okay. So the question I had is the God of the Bible a racist?
No.
No, he's not. Okay. Would it be racist to say that it's okay to enslave Black people perpetually, but not white people?
Yes.
Okay. Can you exegete a scripture for me, please?
I can attempt to.
Okay, thank you.
Where's Dustin? We need Dustin.
They said they started calling for help at that point. It was like, where's Dustin? We need Dustin. Who the hell is Dustin? Dustin would have got dusted off if he would have came on here too.
The scripture is Leviticus 25 and 44.
You can sit here and play with the scriptures all you want, but that shit was written by, you know what I'm saying, Sir Francis Bacon and King James, who was homosexual lovers.
Brother,
yeah, I mean,
brother,
this guy. The compilers of the book you're citing. You should actually go to the original scriptures in the original language with the true understanding, Greek and Hebrew. Break that out.
Okay, so you said Leviticus 25, 20, 24?
44.
44. Okay, I got the wrong one. Let me pull it up. 25, 44.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, that guy who just said all of that, King James was gay, and people always have these accusations and allegations against King James without proof. So I was very pleased to see Hassad didn't even take the bait, because that's what Christians do when they know they're about to get backed into a corner and confounded. They want to take the conversation somewhere else. So for those of you who are into debate and engaging in rapid fire, you got to learn how to have a linear logic. The whole time Hassad had his blinders on, I was watching mostly live. I was screen recording just in case they took the video down, but he made sure to stay on the course. Don't let these guys take you off your pivot. Don't let them say, all right, while you're going there, can I ask you, why you guys even think you're the Israelites? No, stay on the course.
You are male and
you a
female
Black Hebrew
slaves.
Israelite, right?
No, I'm not a Black Hebrew Israelite.
Oh, you're not?
Your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you.
You see that? You see that? They were trying to get you off. They were trying to get you off course.
From them you may buy slaves.
Right? Can you keep? I mean, there's more though. It says so. What version? What's your preferred translation?
I usually read New King James.
New King James. Okay, cool. So I'll go to the New King James.
I'm sorry, y'all. Even this panel is a confused council, because dude right here, what's his name? What does that say? Is that in? What was his name?
It looks like
the rude guy.
Nadeem Haydad.
Okay, no. The rude guy under him. He's the one that's cussing and talking.
Yeah,
crazy.
y'all are gonna see. And I try to be respectful too. You know what I mean? But
what was his name?
I have no idea. Bayan, I think. Baal.
But we'll just call him Baal for now. Right. So Baal, he says King James was, of the LGBTQ community, but the host of the channel, he reads his preferred translation is the New King James. So this confused council, I don't know if they're cool with each other or if he was just allowing everybody on the panel that day. So let's continue.
So Leviticus 25 and 44, that's where the context starts. So it says, and as for your male and female slaves, whom you may have from the nations that are around you, from them you may buy male and female slaves. I should have told you it's like a few more verses. So the children of Israel are by God allowed to have slaves from the surrounding nations. It says, moreover, you may buy the children of the strangers who dwell among you and their families who are with you. You can enslave these people and their children, which they beget in your land, and they shall become your property. You can own them. And you may take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them as a possession. They shall be your permanent slaves. But regarding your brothers, your people, the children of Israel, you shall not rule over one another with rigor. So in this text that we just read, did God tell the children of Israel that they are allowed to enslave other groups of people, but not each other?
Yo, could I ask you a question really
No,
quick?
sir. You may not. I'm trying
Don't
to have
call
a
me a
conversation.
sir, number one, motherfucker.
Okay.
All right. Number two.
I'm not interested in having a conversation with you, man. Whatever
Listen.
you like.
Listen. That was whoa. And that's what they do. They want to take us off of our pivot. They want to get us out of character so they can say, oh, look, see the angry black man, the angry black man. Hassan said, no, sir, you can't. You want to ask a question about something that has nothing to do with Mr. Westford about to get his whole head taken off his shoulders. Thawada2 Santiago Bon Issachar for the super chat donation. Greatly appreciate you for dropping that shiny nickel on the ministry. Hassan, how'd you feel at that moment? I know you wanted to fire back, but tell us how you felt, brother.
Well, I mean, you spoke on it earlier. Like, I was solely focused on getting my question answered. So it didn't really matter what they said, how they said it. You know what I mean? I was just focused on dealing with what's in front of me, which is the God of the Bible a racist in Leviticus 25? You know what I mean? So it didn't really matter to me. Honestly, he could have called me a cotton picking, you know what I mean? It didn't matter. I didn't care.
Yeah. I see you laughed a little bit. I mean, how do you get called a mother effer just for telling somebody, no, sir, you can't ask me a question?
But I like that. You know what I mean? It's like when if you're boxing somebody and you hit them with a body shot and you hear, ugh, and, oh, you ain't like that. I know it hurts. So now I see that you're wounded and I'm gonna keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when they get punched in the mouth, then they laugh.
Yeah,
you know it hurt, or they shake their head. Yeah, that was a good one. All right, so let's continue here. Hassan, our brother got verbally abused, but you know what? He fought through it to get to the point of doctrine. Okay,
I suffered as a Christian.
He suffered as a true Christian. So for all you Christians out here saying we can't have discussions without filthy language, which is a lie. That's just a scapegoat for you guys to not have to have these conversations. Take notes on how our brother's doing it right here. Okay, let's go.
Listen, here's the reality, right?
Wes,
Do you believe
bro,
that is God who's talking about having slaves in the first place? Because my God doesn't talk about having slaves. That's fucked up, right? So, I mean, look, if you believe God believes in slavery, you are of your father, the devil, who was a murderer since the beginning. You feel me?
I got you. So
well,
I'm
gonna try to answer this, right?
Okay,
yeah, I'm gonna mute you, Rand. Just, but I'm not that I have anything against you. I'm just gonna try to answer.
I want to say this because I know you guys been saying, all right, Deacon, don't chime in too much to the content. All right. So I want to give you little crybabies what you asked for. Oh, and Thawada to Ghetto Talk for dropping that shiny nickel on the ministry. Greatly appreciate you. Notice how these Christians do not believe in the Bible. That's all I want to say. Clearly, you know, nations going into bondage and captivity is in the Bible. The Israelites going into bondage as a punishment is in the Bible. But Christians will still say that's not my type of God. Well, you guys don't serve the God of the Bible, you know? Let's continue though.
Him in the back room for a sec.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask that question again just because there's a little confusion. So did we just read a scripture where God told the Israelites that they are allowed to enslave other groups of people, but not each other?
That is what that would, on the face of it, look like it. Yeah.
Allowed to buy slaves. Allowed to buy slaves that are already in slavery.
And did
Whoa, Sister Danny, I gotta acknowledge all of my supporters. Sister Danny, good to see you again. I don't know where you've been, but I hope you've been well. The water for dropping that dub on the ministry. Greatly appreciate you. Hassan, did you hear what he said? I think you guys, because I don't need to chime in if you guys actually deal with it on the video, because he's saying the slaves right there, they're already in slavery and they're just being sold as slaves.
We kind of deal with it, but it's irrelevant whether or not that they were slaves prior, because whether they were slaves prior, you're not buying to liberate them from slavery. You're buying to put them in slavery yourselves. So it doesn't matter. Are these people being enslaved by the Israelites and it's being justified by God? Yes. Did we agree at the beginning of our discussion, Mr. Westford, that it would be racist to say that it's okay to do so to black people, but not to white people? Yes. Then ball game. That's it.
And
anything else is deflection in an attempt to deviate from the main topic.
Right. And Hassad, due to the platform that we're on, let's try to use captivity and bondage instead of the S word, because they don't like when we use that.
Should we say Slavic? To be a Slavic.
yeah, we'll use that. Okay, let's continue. So now these guys are chiming in.
Did you not just tell me that if I were to say that it's okay to enslave black people, but not white people, that would be a racist statement?
Well, where's the racial element in this passage come from?
It says other nations. It says you can enslave the nations that surround you, but not each other. Your brothers, the children of Israel, you cannot do so. That's where the racial.
That'd be Gentiles or anyone specifically around the Israelites in the Holy
not
Land.
only black people.
Right.
Gentiles, all that.
And Gentiles are any people that are outside of the Israelites, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but you can buy slaves that are already enslaved, so they're already slaves.
Nonetheless,
So what do you mean, nonetheless?
What I mean,
I'm trying to figure out how the racial part, because it's about the different peoples group, the different tribes. I don't think they would have the same racial. That's what we were talking about. What is race in the first place earlier?
And I don't think they have the same concept of race in those days.
Well, they do.
That's what
they use the word nation.
Yo, their brain, Hassad just went on there and short circuited their Neuralinks. All these guys got the mark of the beast. Right. Excuse me. And Hassad just went on there and short circuited their Neuralink. Now they're saying, well, we see that God is okaying, captivity, but they already said it would be racist for God to okay that. Mm-hmm. Now they're saying, well, we don't see, he's okaying it, but we don't see where race has anything to do with anything. This has got to be the dumbest things. Somebody says, Deacon stops the video too much, but good for you, Hassad. Keep giving him. Listen, sister, we're having a commentary on the video. I'm sorry we have to highlight certain things, okay? But Hassad has a channel where he doesn't do commentary. He just puts out videos. Go subscribe to Hassad Sakari. And, you'll be getting comfortable over there. You wanted to say something, brother?
No, I mean, come on, sis. We're trying to make sure that we dissect all the information out of, what's being said. But I have to give some respect to the dude on the bottom right, Seraphim, because I think in a minute he's getting ready to agree, but then he reneges. So he's a renege.
Seen that part. I've seen that part where he agreed. That's good. So let's go. Let's continue before the sister gets mad at me.
Right. So what is the definition of race? It's that
that's what we've been talking this whole time. That's what we've been talking
about this the whole time.
The etymology of the word race, it comes from the Latin word raza, which just means people descending from a common ancestor. So the Bible will use the word nation, but the concept of a nation in the Bible and the concept that we have today of a race are the exact same thing.
That's actually a fair point, because it'll often talk about the children of such
Israel.
And such
Exactly.
The children of Israel, the children of Ishmael, the children of whatever.
Moab.
Okay, that's a fair point, actually.
But you can be grafted in. There was people that weren't ethnically
I got
Israelites, Hebrew.
But Wesley, that's not the conversation I'm trying to have right now.
Okay.
Which we can certainly have one with that topic, but
grafting in a person coming and living in Israel does not make them an Israelite.
Yeah. And
it doesn't matter. That's non sequitur.
If we can agree that the definition of race and the definition of what nation in the Bible are practically they are the exact same thing. It's a one for one analogy. And God is saying that the Israelites are allowed to enslave other nations or races of people, but not each other. And you would have to then renege on you saying that, no, that's not racist, or concede that, yes, in fact, God made a racist statement.
Well, I think there's a distinction here that has to be made, which is that he permits the buying of those already in slavery. I think that passage doesn't suggest to me that he is commanding the taking of slaves.
Well, that's not what I said, though. So I'm not.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I still don't.
let me explain to you. I know what you said. Okay.
Well, there's like 3 different people. So can I
Okay, Nadim, go ahead.
So the people of Israel were not allowed to enslave their own people because they're in the Bible. The people of Israel were God's chosen people.
I hate hearing this
Okay?
dude talk.
So
I'm sorry, Deacon.
You can't,
as
Jews, enslave other Jews because
is being a Jew a race?
Yeah, you could say that.
At the
but
time, yes,
again, it's not. It wasn't an ethnic. It was.
So at the time they were a race, but now they're not a race right now. Oh, get it.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
Okay,
because
Nadim,
of
you
the
go.
ethnic difference. It wasn't because of the ethnic
I wanted to
difference.
respond to Seraphim.
Technically, there really is no such thing as a Jew. We
Okay,
made that shit
can
up.
I respond?
Just
please?
mute
Princess, the screen is in my way. I'm sorry. Princess Pamela, the water for the super chat donation. Greatly appreciate you. Let's continue.
Put him in the back room. I
want to respond to what Nadim just said because he just gave an answer to a question.
Yeah, you wanted to respond to Nadim and Seraphim, so go ahead.
So Nadim, you just agreed that to be a Jew is a race. So if I said it's okay to enslave black people, but not Jews, is that a racist statement?
If you're a Jew, no.
Huh?
He's asking if you're able to enslave somebody based off of their skin color.
If I put into legislation.
Listen. This just shows you how Christianity is a white supremacist cult. Because in his mind, when we say Jew, he's thinking of the people who are over there. And he just said it's okay for them to put, other people in chains, but not themselves, but not put their own people in chains. Why? Because everybody has to submit to them. Everybody has to bow down to them. Everybody has to worship them. Everybody has to acknowledge them. Everybody is scared of them. Just be real. Everybody is scared of the 48ers and the small hats, but us and the Nation of Islam. They're not scared of them. Right? And some of my homeboys up in Germany, I ain't going to say their names, but
Wow.
They don't care.
God, wow! I didn't see that one coming. Jeez, you took it further than the Gorilla Hebrew with that one, Deacon. Wow.
But they're scared. Let's keep going.
Right.
That's not skin. Race is not skin color.
Hold on, Nadim. I'm not talking about skin color. If I put into legislation, let's say I started my own city or country, things of that nature, and in my legislation, I said it is permissible, according to the law that I'm establishing, to enslave black people. However, it is illegal to enslave Jewish people or Jews. Is that racist?
No, it's not.
Yes, that's not what this passage is.
It's not. Hold on. It's not racist. No, it's not.
What? Because
did y'all hear that? He literally said, "No, it's not."
Now, if you would,
hey, Dad.
Right now, if you would have said, if East Indians were to do that to another nation, let's say East Indians did that to Pakistanis, you know what I mean? Then he would say that's wrong. But because he's looking at the idea of, a Caucasian Hebrew Israelite, he's giving them because he worships white people. Let's just be real.
That's not what the passage talks about.
Okay, so let's examine the passage one more time. Leviticus 25 and 44. And
you're not listening to what we're saying. You're just repeating.
I'm listening so well.
You're just repeating.
We're going to reread the passage so I can input what you just told me into the text and see if that makes any sense. So let's read it together slowly. Leviticus 25 and 44. And as for your male and female slaves whom you may have. When it says your male and female slaves who you may have, who's the you right here?
The Jews.
The Jews. Okay, so as for the male and female slaves that the Jews may have from the nations that are around you, these are other races of people, right?
Other nations, yes. People who had different religions than them.
Yes.
Okay, and we already agreed that a nation and a race are the exact same thing. So
not in the modern sense, not in the modern racial sense.
Okay. The
That's the
etymology of the
difference.
word race means people descending from a common ancestor.
But that's not
Like,
the way
for
we
But
use it.
there was Israelites who were Egyptian. There was Jews who were Egyptian.
Did you respond to that?
You know, it's not worth responding to.
Yeah.
because
No.
Oh man, I don't know how to say this without coming across as arrogant, but I'm gonna try it, Deacon.
I said that on the Wednesday class when we were talking about them black scholars.
Mhm.
Either they're incredibly dumb or I'm incredibly smart.
But it's like he really thought that was a point, though, bro. Like in his mind, he just came with it. Oh, there were Israelite Egyptians, though. I just can't stand when stupid people think they're smart, Deacon. I hate it.
Hey, that's just like he's basically saying there's a such thing as a Shemitic Hamite. There's a Shemite from Ham or a Hamite from Shem. Don't make no sense.
Again, we're talking about their patrilineage. We're not.
Yeah, but they're not. They
their
don't have the same patrilineage. The Jews. There was Jews that were black.
There's Jews that were
There
black.
was
There's
Jews
Jews
that
that were
were white.
Egyptian.
We're not talking about. Okay,
But that's what
You just
you're
described
that's
meaning
what-
as
I'm not
etymology,
talking about
by
when
the
I-
way, to
we're not
sound
talking
more
about skin color.
photosynthesis. and
Because
shit.
black is not a race. There are, like, for example,
That's what you're
Ethiopians-
saying. If black
That's
people,
not what I'm saying.
if
That's
black
not-
people are allowed, that's the example you use.
Okay, well,
You use black and white.
African Americans. If I said it's okay to enslave African Americans, but not okay to enslave Jews, is that racist?
Damn.
Yes, but that's not what this passage is saying.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great. But you see how long it took for them to admit that? They really wanted to say no. All we're good for is being all we're good for is being the sons of slaves, right? The Slavs. We don't let this play, but I also want to. I see there's a little bit of smoke in the chat. So you Christians who feel like you can do better and explain this better, maybe articulate your guys' doctrine better than this panel here that is getting completely eviscerated, then feel free to click the link. We'll bring you on and maybe you can help them. I see that, people.
Okay, so this passage is not saying that Jews can own other nations of people.
It is saying that, but it's not about race.
African Americans are racist.
You were the one. You were the one
it's
reading
not
race into it. It's not there.
Specifically talking about race. You're just.
It is
It's
saying that,
talking-
but the Jews changed it.
Okay, so hold on. Which one is it? I've got one
Put
person
Rant in
saying
the
it
back
is.
room.
It
Put
is.
Rant in
I've
the
got
Westford.
saying it
Please
isn't.
put Rant in the back room. He's useless.
So Rant's position, I
agree with
believe,
him.
is that
You
the
already
scripture
said
has been changed. We need to look at it, the original Greek. I'm of the opinion that you're using a modern lens of race that's not actually in the scripture. That these people are of other tribes and other nations, but you're not using an ancient. You're saying,
Wasn't he
the
in the
word
Old
one-to-one
Testament?
etymology. It's just I just don't see.
Wasn't
it.
that Old Testament that he was just quoting from?
Okay, let's.
That's
Yes, it
that's
was.
Hebrew.
Yes,
That's
don't
not
use
even
the word
Greek.
one-
Okay. Are the Moabites a race of people?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe. I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn. I
The
mean, I'm
Bible
not an
talks
expert on all
about the
this.
Moabites or the
Yeah.
Philistines and things like. Okay, so we'll use a
These
biblical.
these would be people.
Okay, but
biblical
the
race.
Jews
We won't
in the
use-
passage you're talking about is not a race.
Look, y'all are stuck. Do y'all worship a book
Jews-
or the Almighty
Hold on,
God?
hold
I
on,
just
Well, no, he's actually on your side, Hassad, the dude who called you a mother effer.
I don't.
He's on your side now, and then Seraphim is quiet now,
Yeah.
but he's on your side. He's saying you guys are stuck, and Hassad's not stuck, so he's got to be talking about his Christian cohorts.
It's like it's a free for all in there. It's just a madhouse. I'm punching everyone. They're taking turns trying to punch me. Then a couple of them are sick of getting punched on by me, so they turn on the other ones. Then turn back to fighting me. It's
No, what happens is like they're about to both punch you, and then you duck, and then they punch each other, and then you hit them again. So, I wanted to say something. I forget what I was saying. So the word for nations in the text that you're presenting here, that's in question. This guy is, bro. You know, you don't even deserve to be on here, David Brown. I put a link in the chat twice. You're supposed to click the link to join the panel. This dude said, "What's the link called?" Man. Anyway, that Hebrew word is what? If you can fact check that, is it goy or is it? It got to be goy.
It's goy. Yeah, it's goy. I'm
It's
almost
goy.
100%.
And what is the definition of the word goy?
Nation.
Nation. Now it's being translated into nation, but it's dealing with ethnicities. From a biblical perspective, it wasn't your nation is your flag and whatever land you're on. No, your ethnicity, your people, again, is your common ancestors. That's your ethnicity. Somebody said David. He sees the link. All of a sudden, he's blind. Exactly. Somebody said David is compromised. We don't know who he is and who cares. Christianity is dead. Somebody said pin the link. I don't know about pinning the link, brother. Let's continue.
Hold on. You just said the Jews are not a race?
In the passage you're talking about, no.
How are they not a race?
In the modern sense, it's not a race.
Hold on. What is it? How is somebody a Jew?
Well, today it's if you're in the Orthodox Church, then you'd be.
Well, that's not. I'm talking about within the context of Leviticus 25. What makes somebody a Jew?
You're part of the nation. You're part of the Jewish nation.
Chosen people of Israel. It doesn't say that you have.
So there's people of other nations that are grafted in.
Yeah, Jews didn't exist. They claim to be from the tribe of Judah, but they're not from the tribe of Judah.
Why do we still have this guy on here?
That's the reality. You don't even want to hear the truth. Y'all just want to argue over nonsense.
Put Rant in the back.
This shit is remedial. Yo,
he's hilarious. Like every other Christian, they think that if you live amongst the Israelites, you are now a bloodline Israelite. That is the most faulty, disrespectful understanding you can have as it pertains to the ethnicity or race of the Israelite people. You had Ruth living amongst them, the Moabite. She wasn't called Ruth the Israelite. You had Uriah living amongst the Israelites. He was called Uriah the Hittite. You had Achor living amongst the Israelites. He was called Achor the Ammonite.
This is remedial Bible knowledge. Y'all.
Sorry. Okay. So Hassad, what I still think we're talking past each other because we're using different definitions. So you're trying to get me to just concede to your definition, which I don't.
Here's what we're trying to do, right? So the definition of racism is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, right? That's what the definition.
But that's not this passage.
Okay, is enslaving people, is that antagonism or prejudice towards anybody?
Like, potentially, but if you're giving them a better life than what they had, then how is that bad for them, and how is that prejudice? Giving them a better life
No, you got to talk about that. Basically, he's saying that they took black people from the Serengeti. This is what they say. They took us from the Serengeti and from huts and in the jungle, and then gave us a better life via the transatlantic Slav trade.
Let me can I put some on the screen right quick? So let me share my screen. I want y'all to see something, right? This is the definition. What the hell is this? The definition of chattel slavery. Slav business. This is the definition of chattel Slav business. And this is the word, right? So it says the enslaving and owning of human beings. So this is what chattel captivity. We know the word. This is what chattel captivity is. What our ancestors went through during the transatlantic Slav trade. It says the in captivity, putting someone in captivity, and owning of human beings and their offspring as property, able to be bought, sold, and forced to work without wages, as distinguished from other systems of forced, unpaid, or low-wage labor, also considered to be captivity as well. So, like, if you had a dictator that had a system in place where it was forced labor that was put on the people in his nation, but they were still paid a very small amount.
Excuse me, real quick. I just want to shout out the super chatters. Midnight 386, the water for the super chat donation. And to the super chatters, if you guys got a scripture or a comment, you know, feel free to write something with your super chat so we can highlight y'all. Go ahead, Salakia.
So I want everybody to just remember this part, right? The owning of human beings and then forcing them to be your captives and their children as property. So that's what chattel enslavement is, right? Now look at this when we read Leviticus 25. Leviticus 25 and 44. However, you may purchase. Didn't it say the buying of people as their property? It says, however, you may purchase male and female captives from among the nations around you. You may also purchase the children of temporary residents who live among you, including those who have been born in your land. You may treat them as your property. That is literally look at this. Owning of human beings and their offspring as property. We are literally reading this in the Bible. It says, verse 46, passing them on to your children as permanent inheritance, as a permanent inheritance. You may treat them as captives, but you must never treat your fellow Israelite this way. That is literally the definition of chattel captivity. We are reading it in the Bible. This is why from the top Christians on down, and Deacon can bear witness to this, not a single one of them will accept this debate on whether or not the God of the Bible is a racist. Not a single one, because they know that when we look at the etymology of the word race and tie it with the biblical identity concept of a nation, there is no getting around it. Period.
Hassad, since you got your screen shared, somebody says pull up the modern definition of nation, race, and ethnicity. They are all pretty much the same, common descent.
Okay, let's take a look. Nation definition.
You don't have to share it. You can just read it.
Okay, this is what literally, if you just Google nation definition, it says a large body of people united by common descent. Common descent. Race definition is people of a common ancestry. People descending from a common ancestor is the exact same thing, but they have to play a game, because if they don't play a game, then their religion doesn't exist.
Okay, let's continue. It's heating up. Let's continue to the beating. It's heating up. What's that off of
NBA Jam?
Yeah, NBA Jams. He's heating up.
But also, too, I want to make this point as well. He just said not if it's to give them a better life. So what he's attempting to say is chattel captivity can lead to people having a better life. Did it lead to our ancestors having a better life?
That's a centuries old white supremacist ideology, and it's just embedded in white people. He can't even shake that, even though he's a so-called Christian. He can't shake that white supremacist ideology. White sociologists been teaching that for 400 years, and that's where you get the Hamitic hypothesis from. Is that what it's called, the Hamitic hypothesis?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Let me take a look at the likes real quick before we continue to the onslaught. I want to just make sure that you guys are supporting the channel, at least by liking the video. I know we got a lot of dining dashers. So let's get everybody to hit the like button before we proceed. Everybody take 1 second to hit the like button now. If you're on your TV watching it, I get it. But if you're on your laptop or your phone, hit the like button. If you're on your TV and you're just doing your dishes or sweeping the house, you know, it's all good. I feel you. I understand. But everybody, let's hit that like button one time so we can continue.
I want to highlight this comment from this Christian that has gotten obliterated by numerous Israelites over the past couple months. Kethi Langembo. He says, Christians are refusing to take that debate because it's fruitless. You are a Congolese man or from some African country where I doubt is a prominent amount of Israelites came from. You don't get to speak on the relationship of race and God that Black people have been forced to experience for the past 500 years. You need to keep your mouth shut when it comes to Black issues, because you're not a descendant of the transatlantic slave trade. your people assisted in putting us into captivity. So I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
Hey, you're not FDA. I'm no
well,
FBA.
I'm not pushing the FBA thing. You know what I mean? But I said the transatlantic slave trade. So that's not just so-called foundation of Black Americans. But I'm saying you're not our people, and you don't understand how important race is to Black people in America. It's Haitians, Jamaicans, Mexicans, Guatemalans, all the Israelites. That matters to us. And then think about how crazy it is when our race and our identity and history get taken from us, and we want to have a conversation about it. They call it fruitless. This is why your religion is dying. This is why nobody respects Christianity. And when a nigga says he's a Christian, you have to automatically assume that he's also a member of the L's and the G's in the, you know, because half of them are.
You know what we tell them? You understand
when
that?
Kendrick made the song, "They're Not Like Us," he was talking about you guys and the people wherever he's from in Chad somewhere.
You liar.
Soundboard. Okay, let's go.
You ain't a nigga is what I'm saying.
You ain't a nigga and you ain't that nigga. Yolanda Caesar Thawada for the super chat donation. Greatly appreciate you. Let's go.
I want to make sure we understand.
Listen,
Can I add something here? Am I allowed to speak on this show?
Yeah, you were here first, Rant. What do you want to say?
I'm sorry. No, that is not true. When you deal with cartography, Congo was called the land of the Jews. So there are Israelites in Congo. Not all Congolese are, and a large portion of Israelites were in the Congo, and presumably still there.
I was just trying to find a random African nation, y'all. I'm just chatting ish, as they say in the UK. My fault.
Isn't it? Okay, let's go.
I want to add something to this, right? Because look, at the end of the day, I've ran through this logic that these two gentlemen are, entertaining here today, right? And at the end of the day, here's what it is. Did God, right, nullify that and stop allowing the slavery then, and now the devil's doing it? Or was it the devil the whole time, masquerading as God? Because there's still like slavery happening today. Is that God just like, it's okay to enslave those people right now to this very day still? Or, right, was that the devil the whole time, putting human beings in a lower form than other human beings who were created equally under God? God didn't create people to be enslaved.
That has nothing to do with
Rant, that's not what we're talking about.
This is all physical bondage. Look into control and bondage. You'll find the devil at the root.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Rand, I'm knocking off for a bit.
At this point, they had to take him off because he's basically saying that could have been the devil writing Leviticus and saying that he's God, Yahweh. Because they can't fathom, but Hassad, that goes to the point. They can't fathom how that could be in the Bible because their idea of God is this all-loving white man.
Right.
But I'm just trying to.
Rant, you're grounded.
They rather say that could have been the devil talking in Leviticus than to say God ordained that.
You're saying that it's not racist, even if it gives them a better life?
Listen.
I'm saying it's not about race in the first place.
Westford, let me talk.
Okay. How is it not about race?
Listen,
it's not about race and it's not prejudice. It's not negative.
Listen,
it's them being grafted
into the
nation of Israel.
A slave.
No. Hell no. He just said in Leviticus 25, when God is allowing us to take in captivity the other nations forever, he's saying it's not a bad thing. It's giving them a better life and grafting them into the people of Israel. What if they want to not be a slave anymore? And guess what? It says their children's children have to be, and you can rule over them with rigor. How is that a better life when it says you can rule over them with rigor?
Yeah, they're being distinguished. It says, but over your brothers, the children, they're not being brought in to be grafted in. If they were grafted in, why aren't they our brothers? It says, but over your brethren, the children of Israel, why aren't they called Israelites? They're distinguished from the brothers. They're distinguished from the children of Israel. Then it says, like Deacon said, shall you not rule over one another with rigor? I mean, you cannot treat your brother, an Israelite, harshly. You can beat the hell out of a heathen, though. You can make him go into the field somewhere and work for you from can't see sun up to can't see sundown. And guess what? How much money you have to give him? You don't have to give him anything. You can kick him in his ass after he's done working if you want to. This is what we're reading in the Bible.
Hey, I'll beat both of you up if I wanted to. Inside joke. And then after this, we'll play some more of it. But after this, I want to give a couple more examples because I know you didn't get a chance to give, a multiplicity of examples that we have that show you that our God is very near and dear to the Israelites and favors them and gives them rights, benefits, and privileges that he does not give to any other nation. Right? Even when we look at, the usury. That's what you should have asked them. But again,
it's funny. I'm literally thinking that in my mind right now, as you said. That's funny.
Yeah, the usury, like, is it prejudice or the R word? I don't like to say that too much. The R word. If we say, look, you could commit the highest interest on somebody after giving them a loan that it literally oppresses them, and they'll be paying you back for the rest of your life. Their life, but you can't do that to somebody of your own ethnicity. Of course they would say that's the R word, right? And I'm not talking about the grape word. I'm talking about, racist, right? Just for YouTube purposes.
Okay, if someone is already a slave, he's already in the market, okay, and you buy him.
Prove it. What does it have to do with Leviticus 25? Prove that they were already slaves.
That's right.
He's talking about slaves that are already slaves.
Prove it.
That's
because you're buying them. Slaves? You're buying them.
Can't buy somebody that
you're buying them. You can't buy them if they're not slaves.
If you have to buy them, that doesn't mean that they're already a slave. In
what
fact,
do you mean?
It would indicate that they may not have been a slave.
Well, who would you be purchasing them from if they were?
Yeah, who would you
be purchasing from if they weren't already a slave?
But I need you to go into the context of Leviticus 25.
I need you to stop. I need you to stop changing the subject and answer the question.
I'm not answering. Listen, I'm not changing anything.
Who are you?
Who
are you buying it from? Who are you buying the slave from?
Prove what you just said.
Who are you buying the slave
Prove
from?
what you just said.
I'm just proving it now. How can you buy a slave by him not being a slave?
Oh my God, it was the stupidest thing on the side. I was hoping, that I know, we wanted to keep them pigeonholed into the context, but I was hoping that, because they're saying when you offer yourself for slavery, right? When you offer yourself to be in servitude or bondage, that doesn't mean that you were previously in bondage. Then you got traded to another master. That means that you had no other choice, or it was a better choice, or you were conquered, or you even got taken. So you can still sell yourself without being somebody's possession. Me right now, I could sell myself to a plantation, right? Now, in the modern sense of it, you're working for these big companies, but from a Hebraic, from an antiquated lens, you could say I'm selling myself into captivity. There's scriptures in there that talk about that. So for them to say that, oh, they're only being sold because they were already somebody else's possession, it's the dumbest thing. But they needed to go in there and prove that. So I'm glad you did that. Go ahead, brother. I know you wanted to say something.
No, I don't, because I'm it's a pretty ridiculous question, and so we kind of reach what you're going to see as a road, like not a roadblock, but we kind of get to the end of the conversation, so I move on to something else.
Just go to his house and buy him.
5 that these people are already enslaved.
I'm explaining to you that you can't buy a slave.
Go into the text. Go into the text.
Listen, you can't buy a slave if he's not already a slave.
So why does the Bible say we sold ourselves into captivity? Can you just read that aside for the people? And even then, it still doesn't matter. We asked, was God okay with it? You guys said no. Salakia.
Deuteronomy 28, you're talking about?
No, and what's that, Isaiah?
Isaiah, okay, you're talking about Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 50 and verse 1. It says, thus says the Lord, Where is the bill of your mother's divorcement, whom I have put away? Or which of my creditors is it to whom I have sold you? Behold, for your iniquities have you sold yourselves.
See that? You can sell yourself. Women do it all the time up here on Aurora.
Again, I'm waiting for you to go on Leviticus 25 and prove it.
I'm explaining to you with my logic.
No, I don't want to hear your logic, though.
What did you say, Seraphim? What did you say?
We don't think
if they
the
weren't
Bible
already
is...
slaves, you would have to go take them and make them slaves.
It wouldn't use the word buy, is what he's saying.
Yes.
It says you may buy them from other nations.
Okay, and even if that's the case, these Israelites are not allowed to enslave their own. They are allowed to enslave other races. There's no negating
but
that.
They still had bond servants for wasn't it 7 years, and they had the Jubilee, and they'd be free.
A Hebrew servant is not a bond servant, and that's why there's a distinction between the two: how you treat one and how you treat the other, and why there's two different Hebrew words that are used for both situations. Now, again, if we can establish,
where does it say? No, listen. Where does it say? Where does it say that you have to treat them differently? It just says
in Leviticus, it says, them. Over your brothers, the children of Israel, you shall not pull over one another with rigor. Leviticus 25 and 46.
Yes, but I'm talking about the slaves or the servants. How do you know that they're not treating them the same way?
What?
What do you mean, what? Think.
I mean, that's a nonsensical question. It has absolutely nothing to do with what I just said whatsoever.
So you came in on here, you're trying to get me to concede that Jesus, that God is racist?
Well, it's just a simple question. It's a question, and it's one
okay. And we're telling you no, and you're
and God's not racist. So that's an easy answer.
Okay, he's not racist, but he would tell the Israelites that they are allowed to enslave other races, but not their own.
Yes, but that's not that's not. We're not using the same word as race.
Okay, I got you. What about if I had a church, right, and I said Black and Mexican people are not allowed to enter into this.
Again, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're using a different word than the Bible.
Okay, if I say, okay, we won't use Black and Mexican.
Every time I say there's Egyptian Israelites, you're like, oh yeah, no. You're not actually participating. You're just trying to get me walk down your retard logic. Dude.
Okay, Moabites are a race.
I didn't even think that he said that.
Yes, did you hear what he said?
Okay. He called you. He said retardation.
Yeah, imagine that, you guys. Like, think about how the Bible talks about in Galatians 1 this present evil world. Imagine a person like this who's getting outclassed on his own platform, calling me the R word when he's got plenty of help.
Other R's. He's got other R's.
That is crazy. What a horrible world we live in. To where he thinks that it's acceptable to call somebody the R word when he's not the sharpest knife in the kitchen.
And not only that, he's genetically and biologically a mutant. Calling somebody weird.
If I said that they are never allowed to come into my congregation forever, is that racist?
Listen, the Jews are a nation. The Jews are a nation. You're talking.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you another question. When it says go and conquer,
he just asked you a question. That was probably the best question. Did he answer it?
Let's see. And I said, Black and Mexican people are not allowed to enter into this.
Again, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're using a different word than the Bible.
Okay, if I say, okay, we won't use Black and Mexican.
Every time I say there's Egyptian Israelites, you're like, oh yeah, no. You're not actually participating. You're just trying to get me walk down your retard logic. Dude.
Okay, Moabites are a race and Ammonites are a race. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If I said that they are never allowed to come into my congregation forever, is that racist?
Listen, the Jews are a nation. The Jews are a nation. You're talking.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you another question. When it says go and conquer these,
you ask me if you can answer my question, and we can go.
Okay, ask the question again.
No, I'm not talking to you, Nadim. I'm talking to Wesley.
Ask the question again.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Wesley.
Ask the question again.
He's asking me about the Edomites. Who was it?
I just asked you if I had a congregation and I said Ammonites and Moabites are never allowed here forever. Is that racist?
Well, guess what? If they came to the congregation, they would no longer be those. They'd be of the nation of Israel.
I didn't ask you that. I said, if I said that they are never allowed to come into the congregation, is that racist?
I'm sorry, but you don't understand what racism is. You don't understand what we're talking about. I'm sorry.
I mean, well, first of all, they'd be actively practicing paganism. So A, why would they be there? And second of all, obviously they couldn't continue to do that and be part of your congregation.
Yeah, I don't know. The dude just wants me to say that God's racist when we gave him the answer. And instead of engaging.
Imagine him trying to tell us what we are the victims of what his people did, and he can tell us what it means and what it feels like.
Now, I want to say this too, right? He had like 3 people watching. So for his, and they were probably on their phones watching it. You know what I mean? So there might have been 2 people watching it, but imagine like how, like Sher said, damage control. These people really think people are stupid, Deacon. Like they think people are generally like really, really, really dumb. He's trying to, like, did you hear that, Deacon? He said, he's trying to like recap what we all just clearly heard. He's like, yeah, well, this guy doesn't understand what racism is. And, you know, we answered his questions. What, nigga? No, you didn't. That's not what we saw. We literally saw what happens. Like, this isn't like a transcript of what happens. We're seeing what happens. We know what we saw when we saw what we saw.
I tried to teach him what race. What? Imagine the slave master trying to tell me what oppression is. And we're telling him, bro, I feel oppressed. And the slave is telling the slave master, bro, I feel oppressed. And he's saying, I'm trying to tell you what oppression is. It's
and then
not
call you
that.
an R word afterwards.
Lover Christ. Lover Christ says, my point is, are we in America because of oppression or captivity? Sir, why don't you click the link and let's talk about it, right? But Hassad, if you could read Deuteronomy 23, because he knew where you were going. I think he had it pulled up. He was about to read it, and he got out of there quicker than quick.
Deuteronomy 23:3. An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even till their 10th generation, meaning even 10 lines down, shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. These are 2 entire races of people, groups of people that are never, according to God's holy, the Bible says the law of God is good, perfect, and just. This perfect, holy, good, and just law said that there are 2 entire groups of people who are never allowed into his congregation forever. Forever, ever? Yes, forever.
Who's this? This is lover of the devil. I mean, lover of Christ. Love Christ. It says love Christ. Okay, I thought it said love the devil or love devil.
So that's an easy answer.
Okay, he's not racist, but he would tell the Israelites that they are allowed to enslave other races, but not their own.
Yes, but that's not. We're not using the same word as race.
Okay, I got you. What about if I had
He said yes. He said yes, though. He was confounded on that.
A church, right? And I said, Black and Mexican people are not allowed to enter into this.
Again, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're using a different word than the Bible.
Okay, if I say, okay, we won't use Black and Mexican.
Every time I say there's Egyptian Israelites, you're like, oh yeah, no, you're not actually.
Where in the Bible is there Egyptian Israelites?
What does that mean, though? And that does them being an Egyptian, they could be a Martian as long as they're an Israelite. That's an Israelite from Mars is no different than an Israelite from Rome or from the middle of the damn Pacific Ocean. They're still the same race. I don't know what the point of him bringing up Egyptian Israelites and then he says, there's not a point.
Participating. You're just trying to get me walk down your retard logic. Dude.
Okay, Moabites are a race and Ammonites are a race. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If I said that they are never allowed to come into my congregation forever, is that racist?
Listen,
the
Jews are.
No, Westford was stuck. Westford, why didn't you answer, man? Why didn't you answer, Westford?
A nation. The Jews are a nation. You're talking.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you another question. When it says go and conquer these,
you ask me if you can answer my question, and we can go.
Okay, ask the question again.
No, I'm not talking to you, Nadim. I'm talking to Wesley.
Ask the question again.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Wesley.
Ask the question again.
He's asking me about the Edomites. Who was it?
I just asked you if I had a congregation and I said Ammonites and Moabites are never allowed here forever. Is that racist?
Well, guess what? if they came to the congregation, they would no longer be those. They'd be of the nation of Israel.
I didn't ask you that. I said, if I said that they are never allowed to come into the congregation, is that
Right,
racist?
I'm sorry, but you don't understand what racism is. You don't understand what we're talking about. I'm sorry.
The caucasity. The gosh darn caucasity. I put a link in the chat for Love Christ or any Christian who could just answer this for Hassad. He just got a question about Deuteronomy 23 because Westford couldn't answer it. So we want to know, the devil got pissed, huh? I told you guys, slowly but surely, those horns start to slowly poke out of the dog wig. The dog wig.
How did you find him, Deacon? You guys sent the video?
Nah, I was just scrolling on my YouTube and I seen his video about the Israelites. And so I clicked it. Matter of fact, let me show you guys what he's saying about the Israelites. Let me show you guys what he's saying about. Oh, we have a Christian, I think. Christ lived truth. Okay, let's see. Mic check. You're live on the show. What's going on? Christ lived truth.
Hello? You're live on the air. Are you there?
Hey, what's up, man? Shalom. How y'all doing, man? Hola.
Hey, what's going on? Are you a Christian?
Hey, man, I'm a proud Christian, man. I'm a follower of the way, Nazarene.
Okay, beautiful. So are you like are you what, Pentecostal, non-denominational? What type of Christian are you, sir?
Oh, you know, non-denominational. You know how that go.
Okay, so how much of this conversation have you been listening to?
Hey, so yeah, man. Once again, shalom. I come in peace. You know,
yeah,
to God be the glory. I made one comment. Everybody's asking me to hop on. You know, but in the comments or whatever, the live. My whole point was, are we here in America because of oppression or captivity? To me, it's two different things, right? Like when you look at Exodus, as I shared, Pharaoh saw the Hebrews. They were like, "Oh man, there's too many of y'all."
Hassad actually asked you a question.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Hassan. My fault, brother. Go ahead.
Do you believe that we are the ethnic Israelites?
Do I believe we're the? So can I share one thing?
No, I just need a simple yes or no, brother. I really don't need a dissertation.
Funny, right? I believe that God. I believe we are the children of God.
Okay. Anyway, do you believe that the God that we are the children of is a racist God?
A racist God. God. I mean, obviously, God does deal with race, so he obviously is racist. That's a known point.
All right. Well, I don't really know much what we're doing here, Deacon.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You just want to be semantical and argue. That's why.
No, he didn't.
We were looking for a Christian that disagrees with me, brother. Why are you getting upset?
I put the link in the chat for a Christian that could help out their buddies. We didn't want you to come on here and give us something totally different off topic. But since you're here, do you want some smoke, or do you just want to tell the world a message? Do you have a world spirited message?
Not really. The whole point is that obviously God deals with race, he deals with numbers, he deals with a lot of different things. So we can call God a mathematician if you want to.
Okay, like, what do you have? What disagreements do you have with us?
Disagreements is like, why are we harping on? For me, first of all, there's no word in the Hebrew for history, right? It's only remembrance. So when we're remembering all this trauma, what does it do for us? Nothing.
Oh, well, actually it does. It should compel us to say we've been in slavery in a cyclical fashion for throughout the annals of time, and this should give us light a fire under our ass to collectively repent so we can not have to experience this trauma anymore.
Right. And I agree with that. But once again, is that because of oppression or captivity?
Both.
Like both. All right. Well, I guess we got nothing to talk about.
Okay, Shalom King. Well, at least he clicked the link. There was a couple other people in here who was talking too, but I want to pull up the video of who Hassad was just on the screen with.
While you're doing that, can I promote?
Go ahead.
Deacon. So
Yeah, go ahead.
I know we got some people in here that's keeping a Friday night to Saturday night Shabbat. Peace to y'all. No love lost whatsoever, right? But I want to tell y'all specifically before the sun goes down today, if y'all want to listen, I got these for sale, right? And as you can see, they're pretty nice size. These are mezuzahs. Now, I want to say this too, for the record, because people there's been a couple people that hit me up like, yo, I don't got the funds for it. What can I do? Deuteronomy 6:9 says you have to write the commandments on your doorposts, right? So you don't have to buy mine. You can get a piece of paper with some thumbtacks, write some laws on it, stick it next to your door. It's not going to look nearly as good as mine, right? As you can see, we got the menorah right here, the crown on it. All you got, and it's got 2 holes for thumbtack right here, thumbtack right there, and it'll last a lifetime. It's $20 plus $5 shipping. Reach out to me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any social media platform. Hassad Sakari, Hasad Sicarii, and I get these to y'all, and they're selling out quick, so y'all better hurry up, right? It's a law in the Bible, so you have to have one. You don't have to get one from me, but you do have to have one. So all praise to the Most High.
Drop a link. The link he just dropped is his
any social media, like
all you got to do is type in Hassad Sakari. You'll find him on any social media by Hassad Sakari, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to pull up this screen here. I want to pull up why we even found this guy. So this is how I found him, and then this is I seen them doing a live stream, and I sent Hassad. So this is Mr. Westford. It says, "Will the Black Hebrew Israelites accept me as one of their own?" So I want to show you this video. This just came up on my feed. Then we seen him live, and I told Hassad, go in there and do destruction. Right. So I want to kind of see what he was talking about. Because is he saying that he's black or what? Oh, look at. Hold on. Look at the description. It says, I am black.
It just says I am black.
Bro, what is wrong with this guy? Ain't no way. Now look.
Boy, no
is
way.
it possible? Is it possible our people can look like this? If I have relations with a white woman, and then that son has relations with a white woman, and then that son has relations with a white woman, is it possible the child can come out looking like this? It is possible. All right. But his description just says, I am black. Well, let's hear what he's got to say, right? And he better show proof.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by the Blackest channel on YouTube.
Oh my God. This has got to be a joke. But look at somebody came out. The first comment says, no way. Somebody said a $5 brother.
Blackest man on YouTube and elsewhere. I'm like a James Bond villain. Did James Bond ever have black villains? I mention that because I have a cat that's harassing me. So I'm not a very good James Bond villain. Picture if James Bond got captured, but the cat in the dude's lap was just being a pain in the ass. That's this cat. You wouldn't be very intimidated. The guy couldn't even keep his cat in check. The cat was just ruining it.
Yeah, he could be trolling. We're about to see. That's why I sped it up. I think he's about to show his father or something. They went over 3 hours talking about the Israelites. Did they get any of our videos?
I got murdered by this dude. I wouldn't be worse. Like I got murdered by this fool. Can't even smack a cat around. That's silly. Skeptic asks, what is the difference between the Holy Spirit and the divine energies? The Holy Spirit is the third person of the Holy Trinity. The divine energies. So in the nature of the Trinity, the divine nature, there's the divine essence and the divine energies. So the Holy Spirit possesses the divine energies, as do the other two people in the Holy Trinity. And but he is the spirit of prophecy, love, etc. Aren't those energies multiple senses? Energies, just like these would be the divine essence, and the orb of the sun would be we do not have access to the divine essence, because if we did, then we would become a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Yeah, no, he's a Trojan horse. He wants to get in this community, and this is the problem with Israelites accepting the devil. They infiltrate, and then it's over.
Etc.
Dylan Roof was the Trojan horse. Look him up.
Etc. Person of the divine Trinity. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Yo, Alexander Schnauzenischen. I'm sorry, but I ain't from India today. Where should I be from, guys? I'm from Savannah. I'm from Savannah, Alexander. I do declare this summer sun is getting to me. Don't need any help. You're giving peaches out for free. Well, thank you. Where are the Nadim, the other guys? Am I Nadim's keeper? Am I Nadim's keeper? Am I? You're living in Serb. You're a Serb. Is it Serb? Living in Romania. You know, that's like how I would say it. But the for real kind of makes me feel like you're pulling my leg. So I don't really know what to make of it. Stop using your witchcraft on me, skeptic. It's not going to work on me. It's not going to work. But anyways, guys, I'm black. I'm tired of acting like I'm not black. I mean, that's really the whole thing I wanted to get into. But it's self-evident that I'm a black man, and all these people that try to put me down, try to put me in my place. I don't know where my place is. Shoot. They ain't my massa. They ain't my massa. I'm not gonna let them chain my mind. They aren't in here.
If he's trolling, he's definitely not a good troll.
They're not in here. Inside, that counts. And I've got it in spades. I've got so many darn black spades up my sleeves. The sleeves, I wear my heart on my sleeves. My sleeves are full of aces. Stir crazy? You want to stir crazy inside your own mind and your own heart? You don't even got no aces up your sleeves on the sleeve. Your heart's on your sleeve, but you don't got no aces up them? Well, shoot, yeah, I feel like an asylum too. I feel like an asylum patient just thinking about you being in an asylum in your own mind.
What is he talking about, man?
That's not a place nobody wants to be. That ain't.
Yeah, oh, he's gonna comment.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
Somebody said the white devil.
It's time we all stop. We stop letting them do what they do to us. You know, shoot, the white man has kept me down my whole life. They wanted me to be a part of them. I'm part of that. You know, that's not me.
Troll. He's trolling. He's Esau. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That ain't me. Y'all ever heard of that man? What's his name? Martin Luther. Y'all know who that is? You ever heard of that? You ever heard of that? Well, shoot, that's not who I'm looking for. That's an ice cream cone. You guys can't see what I see. But what's his name?
He's on dog food.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
No, he's on that. Yeah.
I mean, well, this guy can do it. Like, I mean, what's wrong with me? I mean, if Martin Luther Cream here, if he gets an inward pass, I mean, like,
then say it.
This man.
I was just about to say.
I know this is like so 2015 or whatever, but like the conversation hasn't progressed since then. So just that's a Kyle, can anybody help me out? Is there a little bit of a Aryan conspiracy going on? Are they seeking Guile? I mean, to me, that's some pretty good empirical evidence. I mean, do these look like white nationalists to you? Does this man look like a Nazi? This man? I mean, look, he doesn't even. He's doing it, and he doesn't even feel a thing. Look, it's just another day to him. It's a Tuesday.
Yeah, he's trolling. He's the devil. So there's a lot of Israelites on the comment section here.
And while doing that, Slack, I gotta. So family, I know a few of y'all I seen just cash at me for the mezuzahs, right? You do not just send me the $25. Don't just reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter so I can give you my email to send the information to, or else I don't know. You just send me $25 and now I don't know how to get this to you. So please reach out to me again if you're interested in the mezuzah. This is a law in the Bible. Is it a law to buy it from me? No. But you should buy it from me because it looks nice and it's going to be much better than a piece of paper on your door. So again, it's a law in the Bible. So you can make your own or you can get it from me. And I'm selling this dope product right here. So reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you have my phone number, reach out to me on that so I can get you the information to buy it. It's $20 plus $5 shipping. All right. So again, reach out, but do not just send the bread without any information because now I don't know how to, I don't know how to get you the mezuzah now. But so I just want to say that.
Okay, do we have any Christians in here who hate Hassad, man? Oh, wow. Is there any Christians in here who hate Hassad, who wants to ice him? Oh yeah, Mr. Westford is going directly into chains. He's going directly into subjection. Posted the law about the mezuzah. Here goes Kathy. Kathy got a female name, and rightfully so. Somebody said, you're not answering IG. Oh, because he's on a live show right now.
Oh, y'all, come give me a break, man. You can't please the niggas, man. I promise.
How about the Cash App Hassad? Well, how are you going to send his? Oh, you could send a Cash App to his with your address connected to it.
Please don't do that.
Don't do that.
Because then I'm going to have to go through a list of Cash Apps and try to find someone. Listen, I got a specific email for everybody to take a screenshot of their transaction and send it to that email. So that way
make sure you don't get audited.
Well, I'm saying just so that way I can just go through one email and I've got every person's information without having to scroll and go through this app and that. You see what I'm saying? And thank you to everybody who is interested in purchasing it. And listen, if you're not interested in purchasing it, thank you as well. But again, if you don't want to get mine for whatever reason, you don't like me, maybe you think I'm ugly, or you just don't feel like giving up $25, you can make it on your own. You can get a piece of paper, write laws on it, and stick it on your doorpost. You see what I'm saying? It's a law in the Bible, so you have to do it. Again, you don't have to buy mine, but at the very least, you need to make your own. I don't want to give out the email because I only want people who have paid to give the email. So that way my email is not flooded with just a whole bunch of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How much? What does it look like? Send a picture. Will it break? Will it crack?
That's what I'm saying. I want an email full of, okay, this is a confirmed buyer.
Listen, it got to be confirmed like a Don King perm.
Yeah.
And speaking of, Charleston White will be out here in Seattle in August. So I'm gonna try to run up on Charleston White and give him the business. I'm talking about with the Bible. I'm not finna, get physical with the man. I agree with most of what he says. So to your surprise, I agree with most of what he says until he starts. Because first he said we were the Israelites. Then he said we weren't the Israelites. So yeah, I gotta run down on mans in them. All right, any questions in the chat? At this time? We'll open it up for questions. Ask Hassad your hardest questions. Since we got our special guest, Hassad Sakari. Ask your hardest questions. Oh. Block Lisa? Lisa, what do we need to block Lisa for? Someone says, I'm a Christian who woke up. Okay. How many or what laws are on there? That's a good question. How many laws are on your mezuzah?
I think 3.
Fopi Quinaz says, how much do they pay you guys? Who's the they that pays us?
Imagine someone who instructed his men to call the police on Alazar and myself, accusing us of working for somebody. That's the craziest stuff in the world.
Oh yeah, in case you guys didn't know, Fopi is the police. Them niggas are the police. I remember that. Lock them up. Lock them up. He said he's just playing. I know the cops be joking too. What should South Africans be classified as in the Bible? Hamites. Let's see. Where's your merch? My merch is on thewholearmor.com. Do you think Trump's going to jail? Nah, hell nah. I'll see you in a minute.
If they send him in jail, they're gonna listen. They're gonna break him out. You're gonna see some movie stuff if they send DJ Trump to jail.
How many tracks on my new album? About 10 or 11. 10 or 11 songs. Yeah, Deacon new clothing line, flawless, not lawless. So what's the email, nigga? Whoa. Hey, cowboy, I think you need to pump your brakes, cowboy. Say, homie, hey, check this out, homie. Did you ever do that lesson on the law of liberty? If so, how can I find it? No, but in context, you can see the law of liberty is dealing with grace. The fact that we will be in certain predicaments and positions where we couldn't keep certain laws. It would be impossible as far as like the laws connected to the temple or, the laws connected to the land. So that's why we would need grace. Why do Jamaican are the only one says brethren? I don't know, brother. Micah says, does my clothes come with fringes? You could holler at the you can contact them. I believe there is an option for that, but they don't come with them. Friend of Yahushai did a video on Sakari 11 days ago. I don't know who Friend of Yahushai is. Who is that? Amaya at the water for keeping the $2 drive alive. All praises. I said I don't want smoke, but was wondering because someone was debating me. Would you be able to clarify Matthew 5 and 20? What's that about the enemies?
I think it says unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees. Let me double check. Yep, it says Matthew 5 and 20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. You want me to deal with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a perfect scripture to bring out against the Christian, because here's what you have to ask them. Did the scribes and Pharisees believe in Jesus? No. Okay. So what is the righteousness that they had that you need to exceed according to Christ? And
to clarify, a lot of them did, some of them didn't.
Right, but a Christian will say that they didn't, right? So when you look at the context of this, the righteousness that you need to exceed is keeping the commandments. Starting around verse 17, he tells you, think not that I'm come to destroy the law or the prophets. I'm not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So you have to keep the commandments even greater than they did. And the scribes and Pharisees are supposed to be the masters of the law. So even the masters of the law, the so-called masters of the law, you have to keep the law even better than they did. That's what that means.
Somebody said the seed of the seed in the garden was reptilians. That's not true. Can ladies wear zeets? Yes. How did Samson break the law? Where does it say he broke the law? Hassad, can you ship outside of the U.S.?
I believe so. I had a brother hit me up earlier, and I believe so. I think it's extra shipping. So if you're outside the U.S., for the people who already got away with it and just send me 25, if you're outside the U.S., I think 30 would be fair, because I think the shipping is like $10 extra. So if you're outside the U.S., it'll be $30 instead of $25.
An Israelite woman who has a child from a heathen man, what is she supposed to do with the child? Because it will be considered a heathen, right? Yeah, I mean, don't kill it. Love it, take care of it, but know that it's going to perish here in Babylon.
What's like? I got to set up the Flux Friday class, King. I'm gonna holler at you.
Yes, sir. Sarah Nelson, Tawada, Benjamin in London, all praises, Bun Yum Yum over there across the pond in them, isn't it?
You see? Shalom, everybody. I'll see y'all in about 20 minutes.
All right. Well, we're going to end this, and then we are going to go over to Sakari main channel and see what them brothers talking about. So let's end this by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, and we do so by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai, y'all. Sign up to the Sakari Varsity Online Academy, specializing in Hebrew apologetics. All right. And don't be a 69 God. Do not be a 69 God. They not like us. These small hats, these 1948er corny fakers, they're not like us. Get out of that white supremacist cult known as Christianity, right? Everybody's God looks like them but us. We need to stop that. Get your counseling, your marriage counseling, your individual counsels, right? And stay on Vocab Malone's helmet. You understand? And don't get caught up like Lil Baby. Stay out the way and don't get caught up like Lil Baby. Right? Peace, blessings, y'all. I'll see y'all on Sakari main channel. Shalom. Hit that like button on your way out.